Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, friends, family, loved ones, Dutyron, extended family. Good morning. It is Wednesday, hump day, here in New York, and I am drinking out of the Jesus is gift. Jesus is a gift cup. So, good morning to everybody. This is my second cup, so I'm already on cup two. So, my coffee time has been extended this morning, but I figured I'd go live on YouTube and say hello to everybody, see how everyone's doing this morning, and check in with my people to see who's morning people and who's not. And there she is, Hinsdale girl. Good morning. How are you, Michelle? Michelle, good to see you. I hope you're enjoying your shirt. Good morning from Iceland. Hello, Yifa. Good to see you. I think I'm saying that right. Yilfa? Yilfa? I won't even try the last name, but Sosa, it looks like towards the end. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Fester. Good to see you. Salam. Good evening in Saudi Arabia to my Muslim brothers. How are you? Hope all is well. Happy wife is in the building. Gail from Nova Scotia. Nice to see you, Gail. Hello, twin thing. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Oh, wow. A lot of people coming on in. Hi, Wheezy Bat. Good to see you. Mary is in here from Blue Ridge, the Blue Ridge Mountains. Good to see you, Kara. Thank you for joining. Welcome in from the Florida Keys. Beautiful. I've been there many times. I love the Keys. I love the Keys. So good to see you guys. Good morning. Karen, Scorn Woman, good to see you. You're at work. I'm happy you stopped in. I've been thinking about you lately, and I hope all is well with you, Karen. So good morning, and I'm so happy to see you in on the YouTube broadcast. I miss you on Periscope. I miss you. I've been going on Periscope just a little bit, but not a lot. Not a lot. Good morning. Who's your mom? Good to see you. Hello, Stacy from Michigan. Thanks for joining. Yes, we got our coffee together, and just wanted to settle in and get a little chat going on. Say hello to everybody. Thank you, Michelle, Hinsdale girl, working the chat. I greatly appreciate that. Ron, my Mohs surgery is set for the 18th. All right, twin mom, I'm saying a prayer for you. It should go well. I'm sure it will. This is my result from my Mohs. January, I want to say the first week of January I had this done because they did the biopsy December 28th. December 28th was the biopsy. First week of January. So this is what mine looks like, and mine was just one scratch, one layer. They took off one layer. Hello, Kara. Welcome in from Scotland. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Terry from Texas. So guys, I'm going to share the broadcast. D90, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Hi, Rain Dancer in Washington. We got our cup of Joe here. This is my cup of coffee. This is the message of the day. This was sent to me and my wife by one of my friends on Periscope and on YouTube. Her name is Platinum Mimi. She's from the great state of Texas. So Platinum Mimi, this cup is for you. Thank you so much for your kind, generous donation to me. And you also sent us a cookbook, actually two of them. So she sent me her own personal cookbook and two of these coffee mugs along with prayer cards. So that was very sweet. That was very sweet. Welcome in from Germany. Hi, Melissa. How are you? No offense on the donuts. Everybody likes a donut, but cops, they're always in the coffee shops because we got to drink coffee to stay awake when we're working the overnight shift. So yes, cops like coffee. Cops like donuts. But guess what? Newsflash. So do you. Most Americans and most people throughout the world love a good Krispy Kreme or a Dunkin' Donuts. And if you say you didn't, and you say you don't, you're a liar. Yeah, this is a great mug. This is a great mug. This is coffee. I'm having a morning coffee here in New York. I'm a New Yorker having coffee. Cup of tea is just as good. Cup of tea is just as good, ladies and gentlemen. Cup of tea is good. So who doesn't love donuts? Exactly, exactly. Come on, guys, let's be real. If we're going to be real, let's be real. There's not anybody on the planet doesn't like a good cup of Joe and a coffee and a donut. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. All right. Isn't this funny? I can't even find my own broadcast. I'm trying to share my broadcast on Twitter and I can't even find it. Oh, here it is. It was hiding on me. It was hiding. My sneaky little broadcast was hiding on me. The nerve of it. But yeah, guys, so this is just a little Dutyron coffee in the morning. We're not going to talk about any cases or anything like that. Thank you, G-Man's Woman for Life. G-Man's Woman for Life. Appreciate that. Thank you for those kind words. We are just talking coffee today, so if you're here for cases, I'm sorry. You're just going to get me. And if I completely understand if you don't want to just listen to me, because this is a lot to take in. I get it. But I do have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the cases, but I'm not going to go live or not going to upload videos all the time just about crime stuff. I want to try to give you guys a little bit of, I'm a live streamer, so I like to give you guys a little bit of an insight into my world and into my life. So we do these regular broadcasts where I go around, and do my stuff. I show my car washes. I show a couple of things that I do, and that's what we do. Sad day for law enforcement over, says Rain Dancer, Washington. Prayers and thoughts go out to any fellow brothers in blue that have perished or have been injured in the line of duty. So there you go, Michelle. You know how I do it. You know how I do it, Michelle. You have been a friend of mine from Periscope and from a couple of other. Let me just put this on here. Morning coffee with Dutyron. So I'm sharing with my YouTube audience. It's not healthy, Rosemary. And listen, too much of anything is not good, and to boot, for those of us who perhaps suffer from PTSD, you're on antidepressants or you're on, borderline depressed or not, this can put you over the fence, if you listen to it all the time. So I'm not a counselor, but I know what life's about, and I know how much people struggle. Listen, I'm paying my bills. I've been sitting here paying my bills with my bill book, old-fashioned way. So I paid my bills this morning. It gets depressing. It gets depressing. So you need to have a little bit of you need to have a little bit of mixture of stuff. You know what I mean? Switching from coffee to tea. There you go. That's not a bad idea, Sarah. Good to see you, Sarah. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Maureen Conway is sending flowers and hearts. That's sweet. Thank you so much for that. Coffee is life, says Twins Mom. Coffee is life. Hello, True Crime and Truth Finders. Thank you for joining. So let me share it onto Twitter real quick. Let me tweet it out to my people on Twitter. So this way, some of my morning people can get my stream. Morning coffee. Morning coffee. That's all I'm labeling it. Morning coffee. So listen, I was forced to like coffee at age 26. Up until age 26, I never drank coffee. That's when I became a cop. So as soon as I became a cop, I slowly realized that, holy crap, I need something to give me an energy boost. And there was no 5-hour energy drink back in 1991 when I became a cop. So now I'm showing you guys some of my age. We're just talking morning coffee, Mahid. There's really nothing to talk about. However, I do have a story. I do have an interesting story. My friend sent me a text message overnight, and I spoke to him on the phone this morning. My friend down in Florida had someone try to break into his home, an intruder. And because down in Florida, the gun laws are, they're pretty much looser. The gun laws down there are looser than here in New York. Pretty much, if you live in the state of Florida, you have a driver's license and you don't have a criminal record, you pretty much can get a gun, a pistol permit. It seems pretty easy. I don't know the exact law down in Florida, but let me tell you, so somebody tried to break into his home in the back of his house, and he had his pistol right at his bedside. He got up and got his pistol, pointed it at the guy who was trying to break into his house. He has cameras, so hopefully they'll make an arrest. But he had the gun, and he said the guy ran like a jackrabbit, went over the wall. If he didn't have that gun, who knows? Maybe the guy would have broke in and started fighting with him. So that's something I want to talk about, is personal safety. So this happened 2 nights ago. Today's Wednesday. It happened on Monday night into Tuesday morning. So they have your stand your ground law, but that was not this. This was someone breaking into his home, and he would be covered under the stand your ground law had that guy broke into his home. But it's a whole different ballgame when someone's breaking and entering your home. If he was at the gas station and that guy came up to him with a pipe in his hand, he would have the stand your ground law where he could. We saw a video of the old man who got pushed down by the young thug in Florida. There was an older guy who was at like a convenience store, and the guy started some crap with him, and he was pushing the old man around, and the old man had his firearm on him. He pulled out his gun and freaking shot and killed the guy, and he was okay. Stand your ground law. Florida that's wicked. Like anybody could say, you know, basically, if you start something with somebody, you risk a chance of getting yourself shot. So Florida's got some unbelievable citizen self-defense laws that are, you know, against the bad guy. Which I'm not against that. I'm not against that. But if it was here in New York, we'd have people getting shot all the time. Listen, I'll give you an example of the stand your ground law. This would have applied to me here in New York. Monday, 2 days ago, I went to fill up air in my wife's tires in her car. One of the tires was low. No big deal. I go to the gas station, and there's the pump where you can get the air for free. There's a pump where you get your air for free. And Monday, I was putting air in her back tire, and some guy started beeping his horn behind me. So I was like, hey, well, you know, what's up? To the guy, I was like, hey, what's up? And the guy goes, are you putting air in the tire? I'm leaning over to the back tire to put the air in, right? And I said, yeah, I'm putting air in the tire. And the guy got out of his car, and he was like, you know, like not cursing, but like mumbling to himself. And I was like, hey, guy, I'm going to be done here in a few minutes. Don't worry about it. He sped off in his car. But like, he didn't know that I was a retired cop. He didn't know who I was. I was just some guy. But he wanted me to hurry up and let him, he was in a rush. He wanted me to hurry up and, you know, finish what I was doing so he can get to the air thing. It was just one car at a time. I'm putting air in the back tire. I literally just started working on it. If the guy would have been aggressive with me, you know, I would have had to, you know, actually put him in his place or whatever. But that's the kind of stuff that goes on a daily basis in all over the place. I mean, people are just always in a rush and rude and stuff like that. How long has such a stand your ground law has been enacted? Jamie, I don't live in Florida. I live in New York, so I'm not sure. But yeah, you know, for me, I believe in the Second Amendment as well. You know, I'm a gun carrying citizen now. I'm not a law enforcement anymore. I'm retired, but because I'm a retired cop, I'm able to carry legally my firearm in all 50 states. You know, including Puerto Rico and Hawaii, I believe. Puerto Rico, Alaska, and Hawaii. I could bring my gun on a plane. It just has to be put in my checked-in bag. So I don't know about Florida's laws because I don't live there, but I know that the stand your ground is pretty loose law. Basically, all you have to do is articulate that there's some kind of threat to you, and if you feel that you're threatened in the state of Florida, you know, bodily harm or threat, you can shoot somebody. You can take action with your firearm. It's unbelievable. Here in Canada, we would probably apologize and move aside. I mean, this was just one example, you know. Did you take your gun to Florida? Yes, I did. Hello, Debbie, 322 in California. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Ron, I love cops. I've loved ones, family, and special people who are in the force. Chicago, North Fork. Blessings and protection to all. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra Rodriguez, that was a very sweet and kind comment. I love those kind of comments when they come from a genuine person like that. I really appreciate you, and much respect to your family for serving in law enforcement. I would be afraid to go any place. There are too many crazies. Jamie, you can't have that attitude because otherwise they win. You have to just listen. I'm telling you right here. All I did was just say, "Hey, what's up?" to the guy. He was beeping his horn at me. So I looked up. The guy got out of his car and he's like, "Are you using the hose?" He was being aggressive. Like you could tell by his demeanor was aggressive. He was like, "Are you using the hose?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm putting air in my tire. I'll be done in a minute." And the guy got in his car, slammed his door, and drove away. I was like, "Really? I feel bad for that guy because that's his problem. If you can't wait 2 minutes for someone to use the thing, It's not his personal air pump. I was using it because, and if there was somebody there, I would have waited. You know, I'm a Cleveland police detail to the airport unit. Can't believe how many people get caught with guns in checkpoint. Yes, I mean my brother is a TSA agent. He's a retired lieutenant in the NYPD. My brother's a retired lieutenant, and he works in TSA now. He's a supervisor in TSA. Right back at you, Sandra. Much love and respect to your family and all who are involved with supporting your military and your local law enforcement. And for those of my friends and supporters who are outside of the USA, I don't like to paint the picture of danger here all the time, but at the same time, you know, danger is everywhere. It's just that, you know, America it's safe. New York City is the largest, safest city in America. And, you know, you could come and travel here and have great vacations down in some of the tropical states down in Florida and you know, along the Gulf Coast in Alabama, Mississippi. There's so many great places to see in America. So I don't want to paint the picture of my friends and people outside the country that it's dangerous here. Yes, there's crime, but we have an unbelievable police force and military that are out there, you know, doing their thing. But my friend who lives in Florida, he's been there 27 years, and that was the first time he's ever had anybody try to break in. Good morning. Good morning, Morning Willow. Thank you for joining. So all of my new subscribers or anybody that stumbled across this broadcast, my name is Ron, Dutyron. I run a channel which has a variety of different topics that we speak about, all different stuff. We talk about, you know, crime, how to keep yourself safe, how to also interact with people safely online, and we go over crime cases and also nature. Good morning, Hio. Hio, I'm concerned about the amount of sleep that you get. I'm concerned about the amount of sleep that you get. You're always here, so that's a concern for me. Americans love their guns. I think ski mask. I think people throughout the world love their guns. It's just that maybe in other countries they don't talk about it that much. But listen, a good guy, a good person with a gun is definitely a great defense against bad people. And there's a lot of bad people, unfortunately, in this world, not just in America, in the world. We've got a lot of bad people throughout the world, and if you think that it's all honky-dory in other countries, you're sadly mistaken. So, you know, always be vigilant, always be aware of your surroundings, and never let your guard down. I'm not saying to be paranoid, I'm just saying always be aware of your surroundings. Don't bury your head in your phone. Don't not pay attention when you're at a gas station and things of that nature. Always, always, always keep yourself safe by watching what's going on. So I'm enjoying my morning coffee here, courtesy of Platinum Mimi. So thank you to Platinum Mimi from the great state of Texas. She sent 2 of these mugs and 2 cookbooks out to the house for me. So it's awesome. Good morning, Deb. Good morning. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. I don't know what that means, Hio, but it is what it is. A 144p, I don't know what that means. Debbie, good to see you. New York always scares me. I have anxiety, and it's just too much for me. Mainly New York City. Listen, I walked around in New York City Christmas night with my wife. I went to the Christmas tree, Rockefeller Center, and basically I could have walked around blindfolded. Nobody would have done anything to me. And there was hundreds of thousands of people there. I could have walked around New York blindfolded. There was police everywhere. I felt completely safe. Granted, I did have my gun with me, and I am a retired cop, but even if I wasn't, I would feel totally safe. Our friend Naboul from France came for like 28 days here in New York and stayed with his wife and his kids, and he felt completely safe too. He traveled all over the place and had no worries. Ask Naboul. Ask Naboul. Dr. Yaya, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for the accolades. I appreciate the kind words of encouragement, and definitely anybody that's in here that subscribes to me, if you broadcast, I will subscribe to your channel and check you out. It just will take me a little bit of time. Can people shoot those semi-automatic guns on their property? In Canada, we wouldn't be allowed. If you live in if you live upstate in the country, you pretty much can do that. They do that stuff all the time. Here, where I live, you can't do that. I go to a pistol range twice a month to practice. I go to a gun range where I shoot my handguns and my long rifles. So you have to be proficient with your weapon. If you own a gun, you have to be proficient with it. Good morning, Jan. Hope good to see you, Sue. Jan is here. Republican Ash, thank you for coming in. Hey, do you remember me? I'm from Marianne T. Republican Ash. Oh yes, yes, I do remember you. Hello. Good morning. Good to see you. I do remember. I do remember. What's the best woman for what's the best weapon for a woman besides a gun? Sheila asks. I like mace. Mace is a good weapon for a woman. It's something that'll create a barrier, a temporary barrier, so you can get away from anybody that might be attacking you. Um, I encourage anybody who is a good civilian, who is a good person, to carry a gun if you can legally do it. I encourage each and every one of you to be able to have the right to protect yourself. I could sit here and show you. I could go here. I could go on YouTube here and show you self-defense videos of women who carry guns, men who carry guns, good people who have been potential victims of crimes, and because they were carrying a firearm, they were able to protect themselves. I say a 380 is great, Rain Dancer. A 380, a 32, small caliber, small and compact for women is what I recommend for all women with self-defense. Something small, not a big, heavy firearm, anything big. I recommend a 380, preferably a 380 small little semi-auto pistol. Just know your local laws before you carry any type of self-defense device on you. Make sure you're up to date and educate yourself on local laws. Because if you're carrying mace or a taser and it's against the law in your country, in your state, you're going to be subject to a crime after the fact. So you say if you tase somebody and that person gets arrested, you need to make sure you're legally carrying it and know what your rights are before you use it. If you use it and the police come and it's an illegal weapon, you're going to be arrested or possibly summoned for that item. So make sure that you educate yourself, go to your New York State penal law and see what the do's and don'ts are. And sometimes within a state, so certain cities have their own ordinances, their local laws and ordinances within your county or your state. It might be different than your actual state. So if you live in Colorado, it might be okay in Denver to carry a taser. I'm just making an example, don't hold me to this. But if you go outside of Denver, you might not be able to do that. So just be careful with that. California has some of the most strict gun laws. Hello, Sherry, good to see you. There's my good friend, former law enforcement from California. Good to see you. You have to be close and on target. Yeah, man, when you use mace, you got to be close to the person if you were talking about the mace or stun gun. So it's in close, personal. But mace, you can get a 5-10 foot, buffer. That's why I like the spray of the mace. I mean, I could show you my mace that I have here, and it's police issued. I have a decent sized canister of mace, and I could show it to you guys if you really want to see it. I'd have to go and grab it. I have it in my bag. I carry that around with me as well because I like to have different progressors of force. If somebody's coming at me, with a tire iron or with a gun or with a knife, I'm not spraying mace at them. I'm going to shoot them. But if someone's coming at me with their hands and I don't want to fight them, I can certainly spray them with the mace. You know what I mean? There's lots of different levels of force. So if somebody's just coming at me aggressively and there's no weapon where I can't justify a shoot, I will go to a non-lethal method, either my nightstick, my mace, or use my hands, to defend myself. So you have to have the knowledge of what you legally can and can't do. And if you don't know, you're going to wind up getting yourself into trouble because you have to be able to articulate in a court of law, if it comes to it, why you did what you did. Even as a civilian, if you, God forbid, shoot somebody, you better damn well know what the parameters are of what needs to be in place for you to legally do that. And if you don't, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be screwed. There you go, Sheila. I wouldn't personally live in that building if that was the case. If you're saying that nobody's allowed to carry it, like Okay, I'll give you an example. In Starbucks here in New York, in Starbucks, and I think it's like that all over the country, all of the Starbucks say if you have a firearm on you, you can't come into our store. Well, I don't go into that store ever. And you know what? If I ever wanted to go in, I'd still freaking bring my gun in there. I don't even care. I'm not bringing up the bird, Hio. I'm not bringing up the bird, but thank you for that suggestion. So many cops are so quick to shoot these days. Is that true? That's not true. That's not true. If you look at the statistics, the amount of shootings that happen and the amount of interactions with police. In other words, the amount of people that police put their hands on or that come into contact is in the millions every year throughout America. It's millions of contacts. The amount of shootings per contact is very, very minimal. It's very minimal. And most, I would say a good 85% of the shootings are, are brought on by aggressive behavior. In other words, if you don't comply with a police officer's word, let me see your hands. Stand up, take your hands out of your pocket, get out of the car, do this. If you don't do that, that raises suspicion for police. So if you look at these police involved shootings, what is the what is the common denominator? The common denominator is the person was resisting. So if you really watch and look at the statistics, and I do this with a very intelligent, I sit down and I look at all aspects of it, but I have to look at what the percentages of what goes on. And an overwhelming majority of the police interactions with shootings. Thank you, Dana, for your support. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Dana Hughes, great gal. Appreciate you always being in here and supporting. You are fantastic. Guys, go and check out Dana's YouTube. I'm not sure if she's got a channel, but go and check her out anyways. She's a great viewer, great friend, and a supporter. So thank you for that, Dana. If you look at these police interactions, okay, you look at these police interactions where it results in a shooting, 90%, it's over 85%, it's almost like 90% of them involve resisting of some sort. In other words, non-compliance, which takes the police to another level. In other words, why isn't this guy listening to me or girl? Why aren't they showing me their hands? Why won't they get out of the car? Like me, if I have nothing to hide and a police officer wants me to put my hands up, I do it, right? If I get pulled over and they say, give me your license and registration, I don't say why. I just say, oh, here you go, because I got nothing to hide. So if you have nothing to hide and you know that you didn't commit a crime and that you have nothing other than maybe a traffic infraction, give the police what they want and then get your summons or get a warn and admonish and be on your way and be alive. All of the people, and I ask you guys, go and look at the police shootings. Look at the shootings that happen amongst the police. Now, granted, there are some that are, some of them that are bad. It's a very small percentage. It's got to be eradicated and stopped. But police are just human beings. They're not machines. So, if you look at the statistics, a great percentage of the time, this involves resisting. This involves resisting. Ski mask way. So no persons were shot by police without resisting. I didn't say that. I'm saying the ones there are some that are bad shoots. There are bad shootings and they happen. Those have to be stopped. They have to be looked at. But most of the shootings that happen or interactions where people are shot by the police, it involves fighting, resisting arrest, and things of that nature. If you can't understand that and you don't agree to that or you don't see it, then that's your problem. But I've done my research on it. And I could say this with a good conscience that I know for a fact. And if it was the opposite way, I would be the first to talk about it. I'm not sitting here saying all of them are great, but an overwhelming high percentage of all the police and public interaction where someone gets shot is because somebody refuses to comply with lawful orders from the police. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, there you go, Maureen. And people aren't quick to talk about that. People are just quick to talk about, oh, the unarmed such and such. This one got, come on. Bedford-Stuyvesant is dangerous, but not as bad, Schnaz. Not as bad. A lot of knife crime deaths. Yeah, the knives are more dangerous sometimes than guns. They're really hard to defend from, because if someone comes at you with a knife, they can come on you really quick. Yeah, I don't have them personally, but my friends got them. I just got to get them from them. You sent me a text about it on Instagram, and I answered you. All I got to do is go and meet him for lunch and get them. He's got the tickets for me. Uh, an educated civilian is a good civilian, Washington. But I don't particularly like the ones that give law enforcement, when they're trying to do their job, a hard time. If you're one of those people, then I don't not like you, but I disagree with that, because I did the job, and it wouldn't fly here in New York. The people who say I don't have to give you my ID, I don't have to do this. Like, if you're one of those people, I'm gonna just say to you, just leave now, because I'll wind up just blocking you. If you're one of those people, and I'll say this to you, Rain Dancer Washington, if you are one of those kind of people, then I can't be friends with you. So I respectfully say that. I say that with a good conscience. Doesn't make me a bad person. That's my view. People like that are not good citizens. And here in the United States, and especially here in New York, there's something called the common right and law of inquiry, where police officers have the right to inquire who you are. And if you don't want to give it to them, that raises our suspicion. And then we bring you into the police station and fingerprint you and check you out to make sure that you're not wanted for murder, that you're not wanted for terroristic activities, and that you haven't committed a crime in the last period of time. So I say that not to be nasty or mean, but I say that because I am a law-abiding citizen. And at the end of the day, the only people that I want to surround myself with is like-minded, law-abiding, good, kind, honest, hardworking people. And if you're not doing stuff like that, and you're fighting against the police or trying to give the police a hard time, then I can't be friends with you. You know. Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining. And this is just a morning cup of Joe with Dutyron. A morning cup of Joe. Uh, every time law enforcement pulls over a civilian, their lives are in danger. Every time they go on call, yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous thing. And you know what? We just want to get home safe to our families. We want you to get home safe, because I don't know any cops that put their uniform on in the locker room and say, "Hey, I want to go out and kill somebody today." I used to dread, and I would think about that a lot. I would say to myself, and I'm Catholic, I would pray a lot when I would be getting ready to do a tour of duty, and I would say, I hope tonight either I don't get killed or I have to kill somebody. That was constantly in my mind. Like, I always thought about it. And there was so many times where I could have pulled the trigger and shot somebody. I've had many instances where I could have shot somebody and I didn't. I held back. So it's not police and firemen and people in emergency services. They take on the job to help people. You got to have a want to help people to do that job, because we're definitely not doing it to become rich. That much I'll tell you. We'll definitely not do it to become rich. Yes. I believe in the right to bear arms. That's one of our amendments. That's the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. So profiling may take place, but the percentage of police that are doing that are very small, very small. You know, the overwhelming majority of police. I did 20 plus years in the New York City Police Department, the largest police department in the world. I could sit here and listen to our radio, the police scanner for New York City, and you could hear the tens of thousands of calls every day that come over. And the police answer those calls for service without incident almost all the time. Those shootings that happen are few and far between, but the common denominator in the shootings are resisting. You got to look at the stats. Resisting and non-compliance and aggressive behavior. So I've done many no-knock warrants. And I think they're ordered by the courts. Police don't just decide to do a no-knock warrant on their own. You have to go to a court of law and get a judge to agree to it, and you have to show evidence and proof, and you have to justify the need for a no-knock warrant. I've conducted thousands of no-knock warrants in my career. I worked in the warrant squad. As you guys can see, I worked in the warrant squad. So that was a very good question, Casey. Multiple people die in no-knock warrants if they're acting aggressively. If they're not acting aggressively, police don't just go in with no-knock warrants and just shoot everybody, contrary to what people think. In the cases where people get shot or killed in no-knock warrants, it's for good reason. So that's true, Penny. That's true. So I'm looking at all the comments. Listen, if you're not a supporter of the police, you're on the wrong channel. And I'm going to review all the comments because I'm not able to see. I'm able to see all the comments. But if you don't support your local police and your law enforcement, those are the very men and women that lay their life on the line and put their life on the line. When you call 911 and the shit hits the fan and you can't handle stuff and you call the police, those are the people who come and risk their own lives to clear up your mess or the mess that's going on around your place. If someone's trying to break in, it's not your mess, it's just your emergency. So anytime you need an emergency or you need people to come, then the police are the ones who come. I don't know where Winky is. Hopefully she's probably sleeping, or maybe I don't know. Guns, not funds. I hear you. I missed the comment anyways, Jocelyn. I missed the comment, so sorry. So it is what it is, guys. Yeah, I worked for a decade ski mask on patrol. I worked in New York City Housing Authority, so I worked in housing projects as a patrolman for a decade, and then I did over a decade in the warrant squad. Thank you, Sue, for Back in the Blue. Thank you. Welcome in. Welcome. Thank you, Rain Dancer Washington. I'm going to review all the comments at the end of the broadcast, and I'll make my decisions based on what I see, because I can't look at them all. I can see them, but they're going kind of fast. Yeah, serving warrants is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Good pension. Yes, I got a good pension, but along the way, a few of my friends who were working with me have been killed in the line of duty. So I've been to more than a few line of duty deaths, and they're not fun. I'll tell you, it's not fun to put a father's hat on a 3-year-old boy the morning of his funeral and see the kid crying and the mom, who's now a widow, upset. And it's not a fun thing to witness, guys. Hello, Tracy. Good morning. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you. So it is what it is. I do watch live PD. I do true crime. I do. I don't watch it all the time. Domestic calls are bad. Traffic stops are really bad. Domestic violence, traffic stops, warrants, serving warrants. You hear so many police officers nowadays getting shot serving warrants. When you go to grab someone for a warrant, that's a person who's wanted. They don't want to go to jail. I got news for you. Bad guys who have been in jail most of the times don't want to go back because they know about the struggle in a jail and nobody wants to go back to that. So, bad guys that you go out to go get for warrants, I got news for you. They don't want to go back. That's why they have a warrant, So it's not an easy job and it's not fun, It's dangerous, very dangerous. So, blue light for law enforcement, green light for our veterans. Excellent, Nana. How are you? Good to see you, Nana. Always a pleasure to have you in the broadcast. Yeah, I mean, every aspect of the job is dangerous, but I tell you from experience, domestic violence, domestic violence, the warrants and traffic stops are very, very, very dangerous. But no stop is not without danger. No stop is without danger. So, and I worked in public housing, so I was on foot in the first year or so of my job. I worked on foot patrol. There's a lot of PTSD. We lost an awesome sheriff to answering a domestic violence call. There you go. Thank you, Casey. Much respect right back to you. Thank you so much for that kind comment. Appreciate that. Listen, like I said, guys, I'm not here, Ren, thanks for that comment. I'm not here to say every cop is good. There are bad cops. And if you know me, especially I've done probably around 5,000 broadcasts on an application called Periscope. So if you look at Periscope, it's from Twitter. It's attached to Twitter. A lot of people who are in here know me from Periscope. Hello, Selena. Good to see you, Selena. Good morning. So I've done 5,000 broadcasts on Periscope before coming to YouTube. I've profiled and spoke about bad police officers and police shootings. I speak about every aspect of this. So if you think that I'm just a one-way guy, you're wrong. because anybody here that knows me can verify that I've gone live to speak about bad police officer or bad police shootings after I get all the facts and I speak about it and I bring it to the forefront. But what I am saying, and if you're listening to me, the key words that I'm talking about here is that overwhelming majority of police are good and they want to do good. Some make a mistake and some are just human error. These things that happen where someone pulls a gun out or someone tries to fight the police happens in a millisecond. And then the way you react is just sometimes human nature, and then sometimes training kicks in. Take care, Maureen. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. A lot of love and respect to you. So I'm just saying, guys, there's good and bad in every profession. But the overwhelming majority of the men and women who lay their lives on the line every day, every minute of the day for us, are not going out there saying they want to commit a crime and try to kill innocent civilians. They're just trying to do a very difficult job. And I know this through experience. And that's all I'll say. You know, I'm not going to sit here and preach to you guys because I know you don't want to hear it, but I did the job. I did the job and I know what it entails. I know how fast you have to make a decision in certain situations. I'll give you an example. I have been to many domestic violence calls where a woman or the victim is beaten and is bleeding, answers the door with a black eye. A woman answers the door with a black eye, a bloody lip, and they say, he's in the back. He's in the bedroom, locked in the back door in the bedroom, but he's got a gun. So now I call for backup, and 20 cops come, and we get the whole troops in there, and we come in there, and we get the guy, we get him tactically. You have to break the door down, get him, guns drawn, the guy's not shot. We put him under arrest. And as we're taking the guy out of the apartment, the woman with the bloody lip or the black eye or both is crying and screaming and saying, don't take him. So you now just called me there because he just beat the crap out of you. We go in the back room and got to take him down at gunpoint. You put us all in a dangerous situation. You put him in a dangerous situation, albeit he's a piece of crap because he just beat you up. But when we're taking him out, you're saying and crying that don't take him away. It's a bad cycle, domestic violence. But this is the things that we see, and now it discourages you because you're like, what did I just come here and do this for? Well, we did it because it's a job that we swore to protect and serve, and we took an oath. So these are the kind of things. And here's another twist that happens with police calls. We go and we have a situation like that, one-on-one, and the guy's there and he just beat her up. There's no weapons involved. We go to arrest the guy. He resists arrest. While we're fighting him to get him in handcuffs, the woman who just got beat up is now jumping on our backs, telling us not to arrest him. Now he gets arrested, and now she gets arrested. So they're both in jail. I've had that happen countless times as well. And I could go on and on and on and on and on about these stories. 911 asks if there's weapons accessible. They don't always tell the truth. They don't always know. A lot of times we've had calls where they say there's a weapon and there's no weapon, and then the vice versa, where they say there's no weapon and the guy's got a gun. So, law enforcement has a very difficult job because they have to assess the situation very quick. Very, very quick. Kevin, yes and no, but they're not in law enforcement at this time. My brother and I were both in law enforcement. My brother retired in the rank of a lieutenant just recently, and any mods can take over the links. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, Hinsdale girl, don't worry about the links for now. We're just chatting it up. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Michelle, just enjoy the broadcast. Enjoy it. So it is what it is, guys. Hio, I'm just ignoring that stupid comment and stop trying to throw me off. Cool. More power to you. There you go. Hi, Anna. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. My brother is the same way, Ron. He's a very ethical and moral officer and put him at great risk. Listen, thank you for that, Mr. Yeshiva. I got to be honest with you. In all the time that I was a patrol cop, which was 10 years of putting on and off my uniform every day in the locker room, I never ever heard one cop say, I want to go out and hurt somebody. I want to go out and kill somebody.
Hello, Marcy. Good to see you. Marcy, I was just thinking about you. Good to see you. Always, always a pleasure to have you in on my broadcasts. Thank you for joining, Marcy. Uh, like I said, I've never once. Go ahead, Michelle. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Love and respect. So, my brother-in-law went to West Point, ended up standing guard for Obama. Excellent. So he, so you're saying he was in the Secret Service, or he stood guard on a detail for him? But whatever he did, thank you to your brother-in-law for his service, whether it's through the Secret Service or through the military. It's a really really admirable job. So I tip my cap, and I know what the job entails. It's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time away from your family. I know that firsthand because I did the job for a long time. I missed many vacations, I missed many holidays, and I missed many special events because of the job. Hinsdale girl, good. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon, Michelle. Love and respect. Everyone, subscribe to Hinsdale_girl. She's a good friend of mine, and she is a very, very huge Dutyron supporter. So thank you for all your support. Um, so yeah, awesome stuff. Alexis, good to see you always in the broadcast. Good to see you, Alexis. Gail Christopher, brother is Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Always afraid for him. Yeah, it's a dangerous job, Gail. It's a dangerous job. And those guys up there in Canada are doing a fantastic job. UK are soft. And mom, son, in Wales, mother, man, 11 years. Uh, wow, that doesn't sound good, Tina. I hate how that sounds. I hate how that sounds. So I still have to take a shower and get my day going. I have a couple of things I got to do. Today is like a down day. Wednesday is always like a down day for me. I try to tie up loose ends, pay some bills. I miss the people. I don't miss the job, a woman for life. I don't miss the job. I miss the actual people that I work with. Um, yeah, it's tough. It's not an easy job, Sheila. So much respect to them. I have no cops in my family, but married to a combat vet. If society had cops, yeah, it would be anarchy. So happy Leah. Thank you to your husband for his service to the country. God bless him. Hi, how are you, Ellie? Good to see you. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. I don't know. I don't know, Tracy, but we do the job. We do the job because of the benefits and the early retirement. At least in New York, early retirement, early retirement. Hump day. There you go, Hio. Hello from a fellow New Yorker and granddaughter of a career NYPD detective. Much respect to you. Thank you so much for that, Allie. Thank you so much. Respect and love to my fellow NYPD detective, your grandfather. Thank him for his service. I'm sure he's retired, and if he's not, tell him to stay safe. Tell him to stay safe. Hey, Joe, how are you, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, and good to see you go. You have a great day too, Joe. Thanks for hanging out. Um, Hello, Bellamia. Good to see you, Bellamia. Love and respect to everybody. My day's going good, guys. I just finished up a cup of Joe. This was my second cup, and I'm gonna wrap it up. I just finished my second cup of Joe, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Excellent. Glad he's retired. Tell him to stay healthy. Grandpa, stay healthy, collect your pension, and enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. That's what it's all about, guys. You know? Excellent, Rain Dancer. Thank you for your interaction. I appreciate all of your views. I respect all the views. I don't, like I said, I don't take offense to any respectful views because there's always two sides to everything and there's something somewhere in between. So I like to come to a happy medium of somewhere in between to agree with, all sides of everything. But, when people make statements like there's too many police killing people and they kill people for nothing, that stuff I can't listen to that because it's not true. It's not true. But I do understand and respect that if there's one bad police shooting where they kill somebody for no reason, that's one too many. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for the coffee talk, Ron. Have a good day, says Jocelyn Ford. Thank you, Jocelyn. Much love and respect to you. Bye, Duty Ron. Tracy says, have an amazing day. Got to run, nursing job. Thank you for your service as a nurse. That's not an easy job to do. So you know what? Kudos to you and all of my first responders, whether they're ambulance, EMTs, firemen, nurses, doctors, healthcare aides, home healthcare aides. All of you guys are special people. Teachers, teachers, I have a lot of respect for teachers. I really, really do, man. I respect everybody that's in the service business, in the service field. It is a respectful, thankless job. So I say kudos to my nurses. Here, this cup of joe is for you. Thank you so much, Tracy, for everything that you've done, and all of my people that are out there doing God's work. So I have the utmost respect for my nurses, the aides, the doctors, and all that are involved in the healthcare field, because without you guys, we would have nothing. And my father, when he got sick with cancer, the hospice people, those are a whole nother breed of people. But I say thank you to each and every one of you guys who are doing a job that most people want to turn away from. You know, nobody wants to take care of someone who's dying or is very sick. You're kind of like, ugh, ugh. People just kind of like, oh, let somebody else take care of that. But the somebody else is you guys, the great men and women in the nursing fields and the healthcare. So not an easy job. My niece is a nurse in the OR. She works as a nurse in the operating room, and she's got a tough job, my niece. She is adorable, and I love her, but she has a tough job, sees a lot of nasty stuff, and she does the job and goes there every day and puts a smile on. So this is for all my nurses and doctors and all the people out there who help to keep law enforcement and all of us civilians alive. When we get sick, we need you guys. So God bless. God bless. You know? I hate drinking cold coffee. Ugh. Blondie, good to see you. Blondie 1025 in the building. Blondie squad is here. You're welcome, Tracy. You're welcome. Let me subscribe to Tracy right now. Hold on. Let me go to her channel and subscribe. Tracy, you got me. Number 4. I'm on your number 4. I'm your number 4 subscriber. So I am subscribed now to Tracy the nurse. I started, 3 months ago I had 42 subscribers. 3 months ago I had 42 subscribers. So we all start out somewhere. So I'm now supporting Tracy as a subscriber. Hello, new here but loving it, says MY. MY, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Guy or a girl, I don't care. I give the hearts. Good to see you. Chronic Reader says, hi Ron, I'm a nurse too. Thank you. My last 3 minutes of accolades go out to all the nurses and all the people in the healthcare field. Trevor is in the building. Thank you for posting the link. If you guys are not subscribed to me, please subscribe down here. Where is it? Right here? I think it's right here. Subscribe right here. Hit the notification bell. Check me out on my other social media. Thank you, Chronic Reader. Hit me out on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, @Dutyron. Subscribe to me. Follow me on my other social. Go check out my website, dutyron.com. If you guys, there it is. Thank you, Trevor, putting up the links, dutyron.com. Go check out my website. It gives you links to my merchandise page. It gives you links to the NYPD's homepage. Laura, thank you for your teaching. That is not an easy job, guys. I could go on and on and on. I can go on and on and on. Wait a minute. I can tell you stories about teachers. I have my other niece. Now, one is a nurse. The other one is a teacher. So both of my nieces, one is a teacher and one is a nurse. So that I get the stories from both of them. It is unbelievable what you guys go through at all different levels of grade teaching. You know, whether you're teaching kindergarten or seniors in high school, it's a struggle on both ends. You know, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. So yes, thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. So go to my website, dutyron.com. On the website, there's links to the New York City Police Department where you can get tips for domestic violence. You could get tips for how to keep yourself safe on the internet. You could get tips on home safety, on how to secure your home. There is a chock full of information on the NYPD linked website. That's the department that I work for 20 plus years. So go on to my website. I have two children. Go on to my website, dutyron.com. Just so you guys know, just so you know, guys, hold on a second. Good gravy. All right, I'll show that, Hio. I'll let that show. Where's my subscription? You claim you sub back. I don't sub back to just anybody, especially somebody like you. I don't sub. I'll subscribe back, Hio. I promise. I promise I'll subscribe back. But links on my website bring you to the NYPD page, but it also brings you to all of my other social media. So check out that website. Go and check it out. Yeah, Hio's been a friend of mine for years. He's a periscoper and all the stuff. Get your wife and go to lunch. My wife is working, Karen. I'm solo today, so I'm going to be having lunch with my son today. I'm going to have lunch with my son today. So guess what? My wife's going to miss out because at 1:30 I'm going to meet my youngest son for lunch. So hey, Maddie, good to see you, Matt. When are we going to get together, Sully? Come on, Sully. When are we going to get together? Lady Laura, you have a good day too. Thank you so much. What else was I going to say? So I think that's about it, guys. I don't think I got much more in the chat. I don't think I have more in the chat tank. I think we did a good job. If you haven't subscribed to my channel or shared it on your social, just do me a favor, share it on your social. Give it a thumbs up. Please give it a thumbs up. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. I got an opportunity for a good paying job at a hospital, but I couldn't do the blood, pee, piss, throw up, etc., 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 etc. Exactly. Those are some of the disgusting things that you see as a healthcare provider. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, guys. So, hi, Katie. Hi. How are you? A lot of love and a lot of hugs. Right back to you. Karen Arnold McGregor is in the building. She made it. Excellent. I'm your Twitter follower, says Karen Welch. Thank you, Karen. Hello, Merci beaucoup. Naboul from the south of France. I caught one of his broadcasts. He did it while I was sleeping. It was like 3:45 in the morning. I shared Naboul's broadcast. He got on a ferry from going to Saint-Tropez in France, and it was a great video he did. So everybody go check out Naboul right there. Subscribe to his page. Subscribe to my friend Joey BKLYN _67. Subscribe to Joey BKLYN _67. Subscribe to Jamie, Jamie. Wait a minute, I'm not spelling it right. JAYMIE _G13. Subscribe to Dutch Maz. He is a tour guide here in New York. Dutch Maz is a great guy. Subscribe to him. Good morning, Kara. Kara, the baby boomer. She is here. Kara, the baby boomer. Guys, Jesus is the gift. Jesus is the gift. This is a coffee mug that was donated to me by one of my good friends and viewers, Platinum Mimi. She's from the great state of Texas, and she's a great friend. So she sent me this coffee mug. Actually, she sent me two. One for me, one for my wife. So I am gonna be 55 years old soon, guys. I'm an old bastard. I'm as old as dirt. I'm gonna be 55 very soon. 55. I can put the links. You can put the links. You can do whatever you want, Naboul. You can do whatever you want. You can put your link up there. Put your link up so everybody can follow and subscribe to you. So I'm going to be 55 very soon, guys. We'll have a birthday party for me on YouTube. We'll do a birthday party broadcast. How about that? Hats and noisemakers, all kinds of stuff. I'll open up presents. It's going to be exciting, to say the least. There's Dutch Maz. There's his link. There you go. 55 is the new 25. There you go, Matt. Matt, when are we going to get together? I think I'm going to have lunch tomorrow with Dutch Maz and Joey from Brooklyn. I think we're going to have lunch tomorrow. I am an old bastard. I'm as old as dirt, Allie. I'm probably old enough to be your grandfather. So birthday is coming soon. I'm going to be 45 in June. Dana, you're a spring chicken, young lady. You are a spring chicken. April 5th. No, it's not April 5th. Do you want to know my birthday? I mean, I can tell you my birthday if you want to know it. I'll be 56 in 6 months. Ugh. Oy vey, as they say. Listen, age is just a number, Blondie. It's all about how you feel right here. It's all about how you feel. There's Joey's channel right there. That's Joey Brooklyn _67. Subscribe to Joey Brooklyn and Naboul, please. I implore you guys. What do we have here? 55 people? Please subscribe to my friends. Let me share this on Instagram. I am a sweet 61 this year, Sheila. That is adorable. I love the way you said it. April 1st. There you go. That's what I was just going to say, Matt. You took the words out of my mouth. I thought you said it once. I was trying to be smart. You little smarty pants, you little Alexis smarty pants. You are smarty tardy. You are such a smarty tardy. I tell you. I'm going to share this on Instagram. Let's get some Instagram friends in here. Let's get some Instagram. Let's get some friends in here. This may get annoying, but I don't care. Let's get a couple of my peeps in here. Hold on. You were about to shower. I'm gonna shower. I wasn't about to shower. I'm going to shower. I need to shave. It's like a fine wine. It turns out I'm not that smart. There's Jamie's link too. We get better with time, says Sheila. I like that. I like that, Sheila. That's adorable. I like it. So I'm going to invite the police commissioner, the ex-police commissioner, Bernard Kerrick. He follows me on Instagram. So I'm going to send the police commissioner an invite. So please, if the police commissioner comes into the broadcast, this is an ex-police commissioner, Bernard Kerrick. If the police commissioner, Bernard Kerrick, comes into the broadcast, everybody please promise to be nice to him. Because if you're not, I'm going to block you. So everybody be on your best behavior. I am now going to invite Bernard Kerrick to the broadcast. Here we go. You guys ready? You guys ready? Here we go. I invited. He just got the invite. He may very well come in here, guys. He may very well come in, the police commissioner. I used to work for him. He was my boss on September 11th. He was my boss, and I actually talked to him on Instagram. So everybody be on your best behavior, please. Yes, Bernard Kerrick. I'll show you his, hold on. Let me finish this onslaught of invites. Let me finish this, and then I'll show you his profile. Stand by. I'm just inviting all the troops right now. If I get just one person to show up, I'll be happy. If one of these people I invite from Instagram shows up, I'm just inviting like 50 people. If one person shows up, I'll be very happy. Let's see how this goes. I'm even inviting Jamie. I'm inviting Jamie. Almost done. I know this is annoying, guys. Sorry. Oh, okay. There's Winky. I'm going to invite Winky. This is exhausting. This is exhausting. I'm done. I'm done with this. All right, let's take a peek at this. Let's take a peek at hold on. Let me see if I missed anybody. Sorry guys, sorry. Subscribe to Ron and hit the bell. Thank you, Naboo. Okay, so I didn't miss many comments. Good, good. Okay. Hi Ron. I subbed you last night. Thank you for your service. Lucy, thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate the subscribing. Where did you just came across the page, Lucy? 111 subscribers. Guess what? You got 112 now, Lucy. I subscribed back to you. I subbed back to you. How about them apples, Lucy? I subscribed back. You got 112 now. So I am on your radar. I'm going to be checking you out. So people don't know who's in their room, Truth Finder. No, you don't know who's here. You never know who's here. You never know who's here. You were on Marianne's channel. Okay, so I subscribed back to you. I subscribed back. So there you go. Bingo. Yahtzee. You're welcome. You're welcome. 112 now. Let's see. So I was going to show you. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got to take this call. I got to take this call. Hold on. What's up, Johnny boy? Good. No, nothing much. You know, your ears must have been ringing because I was just going to call you or send you a text about those tickets. I want to get the tickets for the hockey game. The tr- yeah, yeah, by the trooper barracks, right? Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good, brother. Sounds good. Yeah, yeah. I'll meet you there in a little bit. Sounds sounds. And we'll take a rain check on the lunch. Lunch is on me next time. Lunch. Johnny. There you go. Thank you, brother. I'll see you in a little bit. All right. Thanks, John. Bye. All right. Susan, are you still here? Sue, are you here? Sue, is Susan still here? I have 332 subscribers, many coming from you. Thanks a lot, Ron. That is makes me happy, Nabul. If anybody that's in here right now watching, I guess there's 50 people here, please go and subscribe to Nabul. Go subscribe to Truth Crime and Truth Finder. She's awesome too. I highly recommend her. Sassy is a great girl. Subscribe to all of the great ones in here. All of my friends that hang out here and positively interact. Those are the people who I want you to get around. So go and check out Truth Crime, Truth Finders. She puts on a very great show. She puts a lot of time, a lot of effort. And I got to say, she is a lot better than I am as a broadcaster. She puts a really great show together. I kind of just come on with the facts and the details. I really am not good with the snaz and all the, I'm not a good editor. I don't know all that shit. So go check out Truth Crime, Truth Finder. She really knows how to put a show on. So I highly recommend you guys go checking her out. Um, so definitely check that out. There's usually a chat box with users in the list. There's no chat box for me with any users. You here on YouTube, you can't see who's watching you. But anyways, I have to go and meet my friend at 1:30, so I got to take a shower, get myself all gussied up. I'm gonna go pick up some hockey tickets for the New York City Police and New York City Fire hockey game. So I'm going to pick that up. It's weird that we can see you, but you can't see us. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I could see people as they talk, but I can't really see who's hanging out and chatting, you know? Say hello to Popeye, says Nabul. I see Popeye on a regular basis. I had him up here before I did the broadcast. So, Sassy, good to see you. Have a good day at work and be careful, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Good morning, Raquel. Good morning, Raquel. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. Cinnamon Hot Hot sounds like good times. Sounds like fun. There you go. Bingo. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Anybody joining on an invite from me from Instagram, please let me know in the chat. If you've come to this broadcast via an invite on Instagram, please put a 1 in the chat so I know it. I'm just trying to get a test here. I'm just trying to get a test to see if anybody came on an invite from me from Instagram. Put a 1 in the chat so I know. I don't think anybody came, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't think anybody came. You're welcome, Truth Crime. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hio's doing hashtag weather. You too, Allie. Great to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'm actually going to wrap it up shortly. So we see your doggy. Yeah, he's right here. Hold on, guys. He's right here. You see what he's doing, guys? He's in the sun. He's sunning. Hey, pal. Say hi to everybody. He's just sitting in the sun. He's getting some sun. You know how I knew he was there? I could smell the corn chips. These dogs smell like Fritos corn chips. So I smelled the corn chips and I knew that he was right there. I see a little kid in a puppy suit. It is. It's warm. It's in the 50s here today. It's in the 50s here. So it is warm. It is warm. It's a dachshund. It's a little dachshund B210. You got a sausage dog too, Humpy? Humpy and Bex, excellent. They're great little dogs. They're great little dogs. Everybody's got, everybody knows about these sausage dogs. Everybody knows. Hi, Chrissy. How are you? Good to see you, Chrissy C. Another great friend of mine stopping in. Hi, Chrissy. Good to see you. You have a long haired. This was a short haired one. Have fun today, Ron, and everybody. Yes, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to end the broadcast very soon. I'm going to end it very soon. So actually, you know what? I'm going to end it now because I got to take a shower and I got to meet him, my buddy, at 1:30. So guys, peace and love from Dutyron. It was a good chat. It was a good coffee chat. So thank you so much for being in here, everybody. Nabul, Hio, Hinsdale Girl, all the great ones that have been in here support, and I greatly appreciate that. Truth Crime, Truth Finders, thank you for coming in. So peace and love to everybody on this hump day. Hump day, Dachshund B210. LA, you have to be my age to understand that Dachshund B210. LA McMac, not many people catch on to the Dachshund B210 because Datsun B210s were old Nissans. Before Nissan became Nissan, it was called Datsun. And for the old people like me, and unfortunately, LA McMac, I'm putting you in this category. You got to have a little time on to know that term. That's an older person's term. That's a 50 and older term. So, peace and love to everybody. Peace and love. Yeah, it smells like corn chips. It smells like corn chips. I do Datsuns. There you go. Hey guys, everybody have a super, super day. I will talk to you soon. Louis Trinidad, Trip Team Rules. Here's my old partner right there. There's the guy. I used to run around with, see that Louis Trinidad guy right there? Where is he? He's right there. That is my old partner right there. Say hello to him. Trip Team Rules. He's still, I think, still an active NYPD. I put this Trip Team shirt on because I figured I'd get one of my guys to come in here. I used to roll around in the Trip Team with Louis Trinidad. That's my ex-partner right there. I love this guy. I got to subscribe to his page right now. Louis, you got to subscribe to me. I'm on your page. He's got no subscribers, but guess what? Now he's got one. He's got Dutyron subscribed to him. Louis retired now. Well, did you retire first or second? I know you made second, but did you get to first? I'm hoping you did. Did you get to first, brother? Or is it still, or were you second when you got out? Because that was the last time I saw you when you were getting promoted. So, retired first. You created this just for me. Awesome. I love it. Second grade. Yes! Excellent, Louis. Great to see you, brother. I miss you. I was just thinking about you about a week or two ago because now I'm going to meet Johnny Comer. I'm going to meet John right now to get my books and my cards, and he's getting from me 4 tickets to the PD FD hockey game. So I'm going to pick up tickets from Johnny Comer right now. I'm going to go have hang out with him for a little bit. No lunch, but I'm going to meet Johnny Boy. So great to see you, Louis. I actually rolled around with him. Him and I we were like 2 peas in a pod. We got along great because we were on the same page. We like to make money. We like to make arrests. And we went around in the Trip Team picking up these shirts. We had these shirts made when I worked with him. We had the shirts made and we went around picking up people and doing all kinds of stuff. I will tell John that I talked to you. I'll tell him that you said hi. And say hello to your wife and the family. Popeye is still here downstairs. He's 31 years old, Louis. But say hello to the missus for me and the girls. Much love and respect. It's great to see you, man. There's one of my partners checking in here on YouTube. Louis Trinidad, a great, great detective. Fantastic, fantastic human being. He's respectful. He did the job with respect and dignity. The guy was a fucking fantastic detective. So right there is my great, great partner, Louis Trinidad. We worked in this Trip Team together. That's why when he came on, he said, Trip Team. So yes, Louis, my number is still the same. It's still the same as it used to be. I never changed it. I still have the same cell. So hit me up with a text or call, and I'd love to get together and have a drink or a lunch with you anytime. So great to see you, Louis. Great to see all my friends and subscribers here on YouTube, on the Dutyron channel. I will talk to you guys all soon. I'm going to meet Johnny in a coma right now. So I'm going to meet Johnny Coma. So great to see you. Louis is my uncle. I love your channel. Oh, wow. Excellent. I freaking rolled around with your uncle. We were partners for a long time in the Trip Team, and we worked in the warrant squad together. So I'm honored to have you. And let me subscribe to your channel right away. Hold on. I am your third subscriber. I'm subscribed to you now, Angeles. I am subscribed to you. Any family member of Louis Trinidad is a family member of mine. Great guy. So this is exciting. It was all worth me doing my morning coffee broadcast. So that's what this was about. A little cup of Joe, and great to see you, Louis. Great to see everybody. Thank you for the positive interaction. Support your law enforcement. Support your local military and law enforcement, and stay safe out there, people. Everybody have a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love from Dutyron.